Currently looking at the old plaza that's facing northbound, bordered by Torrey Avenue. As you can see, the old Civic Plaza, the grass area that we're all accustomed to seeing, is now gone. The contractor has recycled all of the concrete on site through a crushing operation on site, has been all recycled and is being used as fill for the existing plaza, which was approximately 2 feet below existing grade, which we're now bringing up to grade to provide elevation that's consistent with the existing city hall. So right now in the Firma Corporation is doing the demolition. The grading operation in the plaza area during this week is almost completed. This area will be rolled, compacted to approximately 95% compaction. So we're making progress in this area. Currently, we're looking at the recycled Class 2 AB, which is being used, which will be used for the remaining of the plaza area, and then will be used to fill the basement level at the old library to bring it up to grade. So currently, the recycling operation is right in about its third week. We're right on schedule. The building, as we'll walk to the east of the site, looking east right now, is the building which currently is being demolished. We're actually in our 6th day of demolition on the building itself, and most of the building's gone, with an anticipated completion of the building being gone early next week, and then we'll be removing rubbish off the site over the next several weeks. So we're right now. We're on schedule. We're planning for pretty much an April grading operation of bringing everything up to grade through the months of April and May, with an anticipated completion date in mid-June. And as of today, things are looking good. The firm is doing a fabulous job. Here again, we look at some of the concrete that's been removed from the building piles, which is grinded, crushed, the rebar sorted from the concrete, and then all this concrete that you're looking at will then go into the crusher that's directly in front of the crushed rock. That'll be crushed, and then it will be elevated on these air belts, and then will be moved into the building areas. We're gonna now walk to the south of the building, looking at the old Redwood Grove. And as we look at the Redwood Grove in the front of that, just to the north of that, we see the building coming down. Some notes on the amount of concrete that we're grinding out here. We're grinding approximately 1,500 tons of concrete a day. So you can just imagine, it's a lot of concrete that is being grinded every day and being used as fill. The fill site is approximately 30,000 cubic yards, and probably 98% of the fill material that we're using will be used on site. There may be a small percentage that may need to be used or may need to be imported to bring everything up to grade, but so far Firma has been importing some of the concrete from some other sites and being ground on site. All of the concrete that comes in and all the soil that's used as backfill is being tested by our soils engineer out of San Francisco, Treadwell and Rollo. So we're making sure that we're meeting the specs. And as of today, everything has been right on. All the soil samples we've taken, the lab reports that have come back, have tested positive and are compliant with the project specifications. So we're not anticipating any issues with the crushing operation and using the crushing operation. We're now looking towards City Hall, where we see our boundary line for the project. We see the wooden fence that is up that's surrounding the project. So it's a protective fence to protect citizens from walking on site, and helps us ensure that we're obtaining safety on the job. We've recently put some cut holes in the fence to allow passerbyers to look in and get excited about the project and see the progress as we move forward. So we've taken the youngsters in consideration. As you can see, the lower holes are for the younger ones, so they can get excited about the new library and the new community hall that's upcoming. Again, now we're looking to the east of the site, and we see our neighbors on the other side of the creek. We've been taking tremendous cautions about dust control and noise control. The site's being watered down on a regular basis. Our crusher operation has a watering hose on the top of the conveyor belt system, so as soon as the soil comes out, the crushed concrete comes out, it's being watered down to keep the dust down. And we have an on-site watering truck that's keeping the site nice and wet to eliminate as much dust as we can from particulating into the air and getting into our neighbor's backyard and our surrounding areas. And so far we've done a really good job at that. We're also looking along the creek is crates of the old tile that was removed from the roof of the building, which will be used on future projects, maybe here in Cupertino and on other homes maybe within the area. That was all hand removed off of the existing library as part of our efforts to salvage and recycle as much materials as we can from the existing building, trying to keep stuff out of the landfill. We're going to sneak under there. We're going to just go under there. We're now looking at the old library. The roof structure is removed. The mezzanine structure is removed. The second floor, or the first level, is about 80% removed. And we're looking down into the basement area, which has been totally gutted. You can see all the debris, the old wood roof, the sprinkler pipe, and all the materials that were used to construct this facility. So over the next several days, firma will make its way into the building. They'll try to remove as much debris as they can. They'll remove the debris, and then they'll take all the concrete that's left from the slabs, from the columns, and that will then be grinded right here on site and used as fill. Yesterday, the roof was still on the structure, and the first level, the main level of the building, was still intact. As you can see, we've made great progress over the last several days. This is actually day 7 or 6 of the actual demolition of the building. And we think that within the next week, the building will be down, and then we'll be working just on the slab on grade. So you can just imagine the amount of debris that needs to be removed from the building. A couple of notes. Firma's crew, roughly 6 to 8 people. 4 of them on heavy equipment, the other 2 a watering truck, and then an operator for the grinder, and then a supervisor. So there hasn't been a large crew out here. It hasn't been required. The amount of damage that the heavy equipment can do really helps maintain a safe job site, so no one's really out in the rubbish having to sort through the debris. So again, now we're looking directly towards Torrey Avenue on the north side of the building, west side of the building, looking northwest. And this will be the future home of the new plaza that will extend where those piles of rock are. That will be a new plaza with beautiful fountains. And directly in front of us will be the new library that will be built and open in October of 2004. So in summary, we're right on schedule. Only issues that we really have right now are the gas has not been shut off in the building, which we're working around. It's been a PG&E issue that we've been unable to get them to shut the gas off. So we've protected the gas, which is directly in front of on the east side of the project, directly in front of the Redwood Groves. We're anticipating that gas will be shut down on the 17th of March, which is next week. We were told on the March 3rd that it would be shut off, but it hasn't. And as a team, we made a conscious decision to move forward, not delay the project, protect the gas line. The meter's been taken off, so we've protected it. We feel really comfortable that we're not going to have any issues. We're working around it, but if the gas isn't removed in a week, we could start having some issues out here because we're trying to fill this hole. That's it. I'm going to take a look at the new wing of the library that was built in 1987 that was demolished. Was the first part of the demolition of the project. And we look down into the pit here, which was the basement level, and you can get a real good idea of the amount of debris. Mostly wood. This was a wood-framed structure. As you can see, most of the debris in the wood is now down in the basement area. Firma has been building up piles to get up to reach the top of the building, so they're using most of the debris as a ramp because they really couldn't get on the slab because it was too unstable for the weight of the equipment. So they've slowly ripped out the outside of the structure, the roof, all the debris, the wood, and then they stockpiled it, and then went up on it to do the rest of the removal. The retaining walls that you're looking around this pit are CMU block wall reinforced with concrete and steel, and they'll be removed. They'll be the last thing to be removed prior to the backfill operation of bringing this up to grade. Right now, these walls are serving as retaining walls to hold back the dirt around the walls, or we'd have a cave-in all around this area, which would make it difficult for the equipment to get around. So over the next several days, they'll start taking all the rubbish out, and they'll be sorting the wood products and the other debris, and they'll be sent to recycled facilities where the wood will be recycled, the pipe will be recycled, and whatever other debris that can be recycled will be recycled. All the rebar, the reinforcing bars that are in the concrete will all be recycled, melted down, and used at a later date. So the amount of recycling and salvaging of material we're doing on this job has been over 80% of the material, which we've been really proud of, and been able to do that at really a cost-efficient manner, being conscious of the environment. Again, now we're looking to the east. The Redwood Grove will stay in the project and will be protected throughout the course of the job. And when the new library is built, we'll have a nice reading area that looks out into that grove with some picnic benches. So so the Cupertino citizens can move into that area and have a comfortable place to read, or just to hang out and look at the views.